We'll get started. It's 12:06 and welcome everybody. It's a beautiful Friday, regardless of the fact that the weather is going up quickly and spring is, I don't want to say sprung, but it seems to move through us very quickly here. Anyways, welcome. All right, we're going to get opened up with our minutes. So if everybody has a chance to review those, we will entertain a motion to approve in a second.
And I did them, not Val, so make sure you read. I went through them, they look good to me, so I'll make a motion.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, minutes are approved. Thank you. All right, let's move on to the treasurer's report.
Is Marty on?
Marty, are you on?
Marty. I haven't heard from her.
She was on there. Oh, that was.
No, it's definitely, yeah.
Okay, well, we can kind of skip it and go to the next. Because I don't think she's on there yet. We'll come back to the treasurer's report. So under the committee's investment, we have no update, hospital update, none. Strategic planning, none. Community outreach.
Okay, I'm turning off my phone. I dropped my printout.
It's okay.
So recently, we've been accepting applications for RN scholarships through the Friends of Nursing. They're gonna do 3 $250 scholarships for RNs during Nurse Week. So that deadline is this Friday. As you guys know and see, our masking mandate is effective now since April 3rd, that we no longer have to wear them. Of course, infection prevention is keeping track of like what the county state is, and if anything changes, they'll let us know. Donna recently sent out a message. She's been very involved with the California Hospital Association, and really she's attended a press conference and a few other conference calls. I think, Dennis, you're probably aware they're fighting basically to get funding, state relief, a one-time state relief funding through Padilla and Feinstein's office. Is that right? Can you say anything else about that? Or does that sound right?
Looking at it from the state level as well. Yeah, doing some emergency funding. I think Korea is giving some. For sure, they were in the worst case, and I think there were 9 in the area.
Okay.
Actually, we weren't on it.
Oh.
We were a little better than the.
Right.
They were in danger, so I don't think we were on that list, but we can follow up with the state if we need to, because Shannon Grove's office has been real helpful.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's been busy with that and advocating for the district hospitals. News updates. So our Sierra Brew Coffee Corner here in the hospital, we're actually going to be switching, and I might have announced this at the last meeting, to an outside entity. So we put out an advertisement to local coffee houses to see who might be interested in coming in and running their, like a small business of their own from our coffee corner. And as of yesterday, we had 3 or 4 bids. Well, we do have 4. I didn't know if Human Being ever came through.
I didn't see them. I know Stafford's,
Mud House
Mud House,
Java
Java Express,
and Sierra Brew.
Sierra Brew, which is a newer independent coffee place in Strathmore.
Yeah, so we received all of their applications. Zaylin, our director over food services, is reviewing them, and I think she's supposed to make a decision on Monday. So we'll be having that.
Do we get to do a taste test?
Yeah. That would be nice.
Great idea.
Can we do a taste test?
Oh, yeah.
And did you ask them all for vouchers as well?
Yeah, that's true. We should tell
Java
them.
Just said they would give us one.
Oh, good. For golf, for golf.
I don't, yeah, for golf.
Write that down. And no, you know what? I'll tell Zaylin, whoever she goes with, say, hey, by the way, we have a golf tournament next Friday. Okay,
All
well,
of them should be able to get gift cards.
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Sorry, I lost my email. There it is. Okay. Volunteer League update. We're gonna go over that in other items, so I'll save that. Unitech College. So as we mentioned to you guys before, we partnered with Unitech College. We have our first class of 15 students, which are all SBMC employees currently in the program. We're now accepting applications for our fall program. So those are being accepted, and that cohort will start September 18th. And that gives them a 3-year Bachelor of Science degree, a BSN in nursing. and gives them financial assistance. So it's an expensive program, but then at the end of the day, it does financially help them and they get to do it through, the hospital, which is nice. TB testing is approaching for employees, so we do that every May to make sure everybody is compliant. We had another CLS graduate and another relative of Val's, Sergio, just graduate our lab CLS program, which I think was he like the 5th or 6th graduate? Ninth. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that program's doing really well. Cora Blanc, is it Blanquio or Blancio?
Lactation.
Mhm.
I don't know.
She was nominated and won an award through the first 5 Tulare County Hands-on Hero Awards. She was one of their award winners. She is a volunteer, and then she also is a registered nurse who works part-time in outpatient surgical clinical services for the hospital. So Donna, and then of course her director Faye were on hand to be there when she accepted her award that she just received from Verse 5. Wound Healing also just awarded us, once again, the Center of Distinction Award by Healogics for 2022. So we sent out a press release on that. We have biometric screening, which I always hate because I have to do my weight coming up for employees, but you do get a $75 gift card. We've been doing a lot around donor or organ donation because the month of April is organ donation month. And so last week on Friday, we had Green and Blue Day and went around. I took pictures of staff showing support of living and then of course, regular organ donation. Golf tournament raffle is in here. We're still pushing for that. We haven't had a lot of people register online, so we're hoping the last week we can just slap everybody in the face with it and hope for the best. We had a nursing brunch here at the hospital for all of our Porterville College graduates. I believe there was 18 in attendance.
There's 18 students, a team were in attendance.
Okay,
So-
that's pretty, yeah. So we do a brunch and give them all the information on like why it would be great for you to come on over and work here. So our recruitment department handled that with our assistants, and then DPS and F careers. I know I've mentioned this to you guys, I think at like the last couple of meetings, we're still working diligently to try and fill a lot of open positions within that department, including the director.
We're making, we made an offer.
Oh, good. Awesome. Okay. We still need a manager and then a lot of clinical positions, correct? Okay, and then I think that's it. Yep.
What's DPS? Distinct Park Skilled Nursing. Okay.
Is it pretty full?
It is.
Because usually I have a waiting list. I just wondered.
It's not, I don't believe there's a waiting list right now, but the beds are pretty full. And we're very, very hopeful. We made an offer and I think it'll be a good fit. The candidate, I'll just share what goes through. The candidate had been the director of the DPSNF down in Delano for 13 years. And their DPSNF is very successful.
Yeah.
And she was very
Got a good
known
reputation.
throughout the community and yes, she is. So fingers crossed.
Yeah,
So
well,
making
good.
an offer today.
That's great. That's it for me.
Okay, well, that's pretty good. Thanks. Love it. All right, for board development. Debbie, welcome. We're so happy to have you.
Thanks for having me.
It's great.
It's great to meet, my first one meets. Spatula.
Sometimes it's a little.
It sounds like you'll fit right in.
Fine. We're super happy to have you, so, yeah. All right, let's
I'm
turn,
super happy here.
okay. Yeah,
Thank you, Kathleen.
yeah, definitely. Super happy to have you.
Yeah, I said I'm super happy too.
Yeah.
Wish
Okay,
I was there to see all smiley faces.
I know. Okay, I don't know, Marty, are you on there yet? No,
I might
okay,
have to call her. Jackie. Okay.
well, we can go to special events.
I know she
Yes,
can.
she's got somebody in there.
Remind me.
Yeah,
to
that
call
could
right
be.
after this.
Aren't they closed on Friday? Yeah, she's closed on Friday.
I know.
Yeah, but she might be meeting with people. Okay. All right, we'll move on to special events.
Well, our golf tournament is next Friday. So it's right around the corner. But I'm really happy to tell everyone we have raised in sponsorships only like 42,700 already, which is more than it ever, I think. And we have 116 golfers, which the minimum we had to have for Tulare Golf Course was 100. So we've exceeded that. We still need people to buy their raffle tickets and we need more raffle items. We only, I think maybe about 40 we have that have come in here, maybe 42. And in the past, we've had 55 to 60.
That one's not mine, and I got two more coming, and then I
Okay.
got one I'm picking up from-
And they're not on our list already. I think we had you down.
Oh, maybe that was it.
Was Tara listed? Because I think she's giving us.
Tara is listed, yeah.
We just got Java Express this morning.
Okay, that's good. Can we could use some more credit cards or gift cards as well. But otherwise, it looks like we're gonna have a really good time. And so I look forward to everyone being there. Do we need any more help? If you haven't signed up to help already, I think most everyone has here.
I
And
think,
you're available.
Pretty covered.
And I said.
I think we're pretty covered, but if you have anybody who wants to volunteer, then we'll take them.
Okay.
$25 gift
Because
card.
then they can substitute for other people.
You can get us gift cards and we can get them, or you can just give us two.
So does anyone have any questions about the golf tournament? Okay, if not, I'm gonna move on to our fall event,
Wait, one question, bag stuffing is on Monday?
Monday at 10 a.m.
No, so that's on our golf agenda.
Okay,
Oh, we're gonna change it?
We're
Okay.
we're not, yeah.
But I did get Brave.
We don't have the bags.
$5 free coupons and I'm free.
Oh, nice.
The dinner place.
Yeah.
And we do have a golf meeting immediately following this
Yes.
meeting.
Yeah.
So. Okay, so our fall event is October 14th at the Ramirez Home. We have come up with a theme, which is rock and roll for charity. We will be wanting or having a silent auction, and then we're going to have a live dessert auction, which means we won't have to purchase dessert from our caterer. And hopefully we'll raise a little bit of money on that as well.
When I
So-
saw Gabe from Fugazi's yesterday, when I picked up the gift card, he's like, I'll see you in October, Kim. And I was like, only if you win the bid, Gabe.
Yeah, and we do have bids out to Seesaw. Susay, Monet's and Fugazi's, and I'm not,
And then I reached out to Eagle Mountain today.
okay,
So we'll
great,
see if they-
great.
That'd be great.
So, that's about it. Unless you have any questions?
No.
Okay.
Thanks, Jackie.
Right on. Okay. We'll move to new business. The 2022 distribution of funds.
Yeah, so when I was talking to Marty, because we were going over audit stuff yesterday, we realized we never gave the money to the hospital from the funds that we raised last year. So I was hoping she would be on the line.
Are you sure we did?
Yeah,
No.
we still have it. So we
No,
gave
we
this
didn't.
75,000 in April last year, or I'm sorry, of last year,
For the year.
which was for MRI, but we haven't given the money for the WOW stations yet.
The reason we hadn't is because we hadn't got a final statement from Berkshire, whatever their name is now. To let
LLP.
us know what our dividends, what we made in dividends, and we were gonna look at that and decide whether to add
Yeah,
money to it.
so yes,
And I don't, time flies.
I know.
It does.
We just did. And we did the check donation. You and I went last April. So then I was like, oh, I was like, do I need to present next week? Or we might go, we could probably do it in May too. I mean, I'm not on the agenda right now,
Okay,
but we do need to vote on how much we want to give.
and we don't know. Did we get a
Statement yet?
I don't know.
From the one we were waiting for, yes.
Oh, we did.
I believe she did, yeah.
But we don't know, right?
No, we don't
So how
know
can we
yet.
vote if we don't know?
I don't think we can. Yeah, I mean, we could vote to give them the amount that we earned last year.
Yeah,
We
which
just
looks like
couldn't-
it's like 73,000, 72, 73, 33,
I
36.
mean, it'd be easier to round it up to 75,
Right.
but to go 100, I kind of like to see that. I don't know. What do you think, Janice? Could we do more? Like the bullet?
No, no. The figures. What, when we did 75 last April?
Mhm.
That's what we gave them last year.
We did, we rounded up quite a bit though, I think from our dividends, because we only had the one,
Rounded up a lot less.
we only had the one golf tournament, because it was like a rollover from like the COVID year, and the other golf tournament went to GME. So
I think we're in the 50s and we rounded up
to 75.
So this 9,700 is not the dividends we're waiting for.
That's a shit. No,
22. Okay, 22, sorry.
well, that's what we're going to do.
You are the-
We are gapping, but that's.
97, 97, 93, 42. But that's missing some, is that what we said?
23.
We have set at, First Allied.
And it showed this first allied interest of another 6,500.
Wow.
So there's,
See, this is only through
Oh,
March.
this is.
It's not
So
full
we
year.
need to move this stuff from stock.
The full year could be closer to
37 cents.
40 to 50. Generally,
Yeah.
it doesn't even make it last year. I
right,
don't know.
right.
Well, we can move on to the update Tracy's, keep going.
Okay.
Keep going.
Here's Marty.
You, Marty?
Hey, sorry, I was actually in the middle of writing on my desk.
Oh my gosh. So when I said, Marty, I need you at 3 exclamation points, that worked. I liked it. So we were talking about, so we didn't go over the balance sheets. We skipped past that, so we need to do that so we can vote to approve. But currently we're discussing distribution of funds for the WOW stations. Like you and I noticed that we hadn't distributed that money when we were talking about the audit yesterday. So we want to determine how much we're gonna give. We can see that they made about $73,000, or that's the,
Sheet and look under designated funds. On the balance sheets, in the equity section under designated funds.
okay.
Right there.
It would have been workstations on.
Do you see the balance sheet?
Yeah,
that I gave?
yeah, it's what you said, Kim, it's 7,
Yeah,
7:30.
yes. So we know that, but we don't know how much we made in dividends
From our stock.
from our stock.
If for last year, the whole dividends, if you go to the income statement and go down to other income.
Profit and loss.
We just have profit and loss and balance sheet. Do I have any? Okay,
Okay, go down to the very bottom where it says other income.
total dividends?
We're going this way.
Other income down to
Yes, okay.
60,000.
Okay, go down to the bottom of the box, and then there's the investment income. You'll see the dividends and the interest income, and it actually says the source of the dividends and the income. There was actually a loss on stock sales.
Mhm.
Do you see that down at the bottom?
Yeah.
Under other income?
Mhm.
Okay, what you have to do is take all of the other income, which includes the dividends, the interest. You have to subtract out the advisory fees. And then also subtract out the stock losses, I believe. And then that other income should be your total amount down there at the bottom.
The
Do you
net,
see that?
net other income.
Do you not see that?
You mean
Yeah, we do see it. We do see
net
it.
other interest?
So that is your investment income for last year.
88.54.
Yeah.
That's about what it is. 88.
Yeah. At the bottom.
Again, that's January to March.
I know, I
That's
saw
for
that 23, but
Okay, now, if you look up above and you see the unrealized, up in the income area, you will see there was unrealized losses on the overall investments, because the investments did go down in value last year.
Right. We don't care about that as far as the money away. I mean, we care about it, but
Yeah,
Sorry.
That's okay.
Do you understand, do you see everything, or do I need to answer more questions on that?
Everybody okay on that?
so, yeah, I'm just looking for. Did we make on the two events? What we,
Okay, so
One
if you want to
was-
see the two events, I actually designated the funds into that WOW. Kim and I talked about it, and that is the net amount that has been designated to the WOW funds.
so that was from the fall event.
If you look on the
Yeah, for both
income
events,
statement, you'll see the income, and then you'll see the associated expenses.
it's 72,733.
Okay, here in a minute, I'm gonna put you on mute for a minute,
Okay,
and I'll go, what I'll try to do, okay, hang on, you guys gotta hang on.
Okay, so it's 72,733 that we raised, or that's our net.
And we made the 8,854.
Yep.
On. Interest and dividends.
That's all we made last year?
This year.
I know, but dividends shouldn't have been
Although
affected that much.
this is saying,
It says January,
It's supposed to be
March.
January through March.
yeah.
I want
but the
January
balance
through
sheet
December. That's what I
he's
don't
saying that's the
understand.
total from the year prior, right? On the dividend, the 16,000.
Well, the dates don't match on it, so.
Are you there? Are you there?
Yeah, yes.
Marty, I'm,
Yes.
I'm still a little confused on the dividends because this says January through March. So isn't that for this year?
That was
say that.
22.
For 22, it's not January,
But
January through
P&L
December.
We have a P&L, both P&Ls are January through March. One's 23, one's 22. Yeah. So we're looking, this is supposed to be,
Looking at give you I gave you this year's stuff. So,
yeah.
last year's, I'm sorry, you want to see last year's financial statement, but I already gave the last year's financial statement at annual meeting.
Yeah, we just don't have it in front of us.
So that's right, okay, so if you have the annual meeting, I think that's what you're gonna look at the annual meeting.
Well, but Janice, remember, I mean, Marty, at the annual meeting, we still hadn't gotten the last statement from them. So it wasn't on there, I don't think. We had to wait for those
The annual
statements.
meeting, at the annual meeting, I did have everything posted through December.
Oh,
Didn't I? Yeah, I did.
I wasn't there.
For what? Didn't I?
at the annual meeting.
I have it, so we're not sure.
Statement, I know that it was on post. So it's already on there, for sure. What I can do, I tell you. I'm gonna sit down here. I'm actually in a public place. That's why it's kind of hard. It's noisy. After that, how long you guys have something else to talk about? Let me look at my emails that I sent to Kim and then call you right back.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
okay. Okay,
I thought that was the whole thing that, at that annual meeting.
That's why we didn't do it.
Then why we
I
didn't
wasn't
do
there
it.
because I had
Well,
COVID.
that's why we didn't do it, because we had.
Yes,
not-
we didn't have one
we
statement,
did not have the one statement.
Right.
Okay.
but what she had was, the recent -1. So we weren't able to approve that.
Okay, so we'll wait to hear back from her. All right, let's move on to the volunteer league update.
I didn't know I was on the agenda. Okay, I will go from memory here. So, on March 28th, the volunteer league did, vote to dissolve the league. So because they are a 501c3, they do have to get approval from the state to dissolve. According to, our legal for the hospital and the volunteer league, now that they've made that dissolution and the vote has passed, their funds are kind of frozen, if you will, until the state approves the dissolution. So, also, one of the things that we learned, was that once the state approves the dissolution, the money has to go to another 501c3. So it cannot come directly to the hospital. So, I think probably what the ask is going to be, is that during their meeting, I think they had $76,000. They did allocate all of that money to go to certain things, that the hospital needs in terms of equipment.
Hey, 1 second.
So they would like that, they would like to see if, once the state approves the dissolution, that money, can go to the foundation with the earmark of what the equipment was designated for. And then the other, piece would be that they had voted in not knowing that this was going to happen. But they had voted that, all the inventory and shelving and everything in the gift shop, they were going to gift it to the hospital or whoever took over the gift shop. But that also has to go to another 501c3, not come directly to the hospital. So I believe that the ask will be that they can gift it to the foundation, and the foundation can in turn gift it to the hospital or whoever takes over the gift shop. So right now, as of right now, the hospital is not certain that they will take over the gift shop. We have some discussions that are taking place, but after reviewing the financials for the volunteers, they profit about $20,000 a year on the gift shop, which is not enough to pay somebody to run the gift shop. So we would be operating in a loss, which we cannot afford to do. So we do have some possible ventures out there and possibly some other opportunities. So the other piece to this is that according to our legal counsel, once they submit their application for dissolution to the state, we have no idea how long it will take for them to approve it. So the volunteer league and anything connected with that is really going to be in limbo as soon as they turn in their application to the state. And then once that happens, then things can move. But I think the discussion is just to kind of give a little bit of history and the reason that this is happening now. This was not their intention, but there was some legalities that they weren't aware of, and now their hands are really tied because the vote already happened. Had they known, they could have done things a little bit differently, but hindsight, and now we are where we are, or they are where they are. And so I think that is eventually going to be the ask, is if it could pass through the foundation and then be designated. They're very concerned. They do really want the money to be designated for what they have voted for it to be designated for in terms of equipment. So I think that's something that's just really important to them. So I think it was wheelchairs,
A gurney.
yes, and I think it's actually some of the lists that were that Donna shared with you of some of the needed equipment. It's just that they chose and identified what they wanted the money that they had raised to go to.
So we don't have to vote on anything today. That just might be coming down the pipe to us.
Yes.
Okay.
Again, they were trying to make it easy, and the legalities that they weren't aware of made it very complicated, and now they're just stuck until such time that the state deems that they can resolve. Any questions?
Well, thank you. Okay, Marty.
Well, on my phone, since I'm not in Porterville, I don't have the December statement on my phone that I sent to you. Do you have it? And well, the only thing is, if you want me to double check if everything's posted, I know everything is posted as of today because everything's been sent into audit. When did we have our December, our year-end meeting? What date was that? That was in January, correct?
It's like January 17th or something.
Yeah, I know I did it, but I know I did it before that meeting. I did post everything before that meeting. So the December statement that you have should be all the dividends through last year.
So I guess what we could do is just bring that to the next meeting. And then take a look at the dividends and the total rates and then determine the check.
Okay, if you do want to know the total amount, though, the net amount definitely is on the posted in the designated funds on the balance sheet from last year for the WOW program.
Yes, we got
The
that.
net amount is correct on there. You know, if you want to see what the gross is and the associated expenses, that would be on the December statement that I do have. Again, now that I have it, I assume that there might have been some tweaks to it after our December, our January meeting, but I think I don't think so, but maybe. I'm sorry, I'm not in front of my computer at this time at the office to be able to answer it exactly. So yes, you might as well table it, and I can send out an email on Monday to everybody.
Okay, we'll do that.
And I will send the statement also showing where the sources are coming from.
Okay, that sounds good. And then we also need to review the treasurer's report through March 31st.
Okay, everything looks good. I mean, there's not a lot of activity for the current year, as you see, mostly just the investment, which I've said now, again, everything is up to date on the, through the end of last year on the designated funds. We did add if you have any funds coming in this year, let me know. Oh, Friends of Nursing is also up to date on the designated funds through last year and everything. The investments look a little bit better this year compared to last year on the losses in value. So things are kind of coming up in that respect. So not a lot to say other than that. If anybody has any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them.
The only other question I have is the 50,000 that we got for rural health centers, and Donna presented that, I believe.
The 50,000, I think on the financial statement, I had asked Janice and before I left, and I know she was in a meeting yesterday and she wasn't able, I thought it was through rural health, but I didn't, it's just under general donations for this year.
There's,
50,000.
no, it's designated for rural.
The check says rural health clinics on it for the 50,000. It does.
So
And actually, and I think Valor, Janice did tell Heidi, and I had Heidi redesignate that.
I told Heidi
Before we
yesterday.
did.
Well, my question is Donna going to request it for the hospital? I mean, to me, it was kind of,
Pass-throughs.
yeah, are we passing it through is my question. So, I mean, and I know you don't know that, Marty, so it's probably a question for Donna, what she wants to do with it.
50,000 of it is rural.
Yeah, she does that.
Or
Yes.
what?
Yeah. Is that something we need to vote on?
Okay.
Okay.
And Marty, I was able to pull up the through December 2022 on my phone that you sent January 17. And I have Janice looking at it. It's kind of hard. It's tiny.
I mean, I can look at it, but if you want me to guarantee that everything's supposed to be December, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have given it to you if anything, everything wasn't supposed to be December.
I don't think I'm gonna get on the.
And did you get it?
Anyway, so you just want to speak on it.
Hang on.
Yeah,
it's gonna get
it would then it would
for a
be,
minute
yeah, I guess we
here.
do meet before, because we could start. That's true.
We could,
Yeah.
we could authorize.
Yeah.
You know,
it looks like, it looks like dividends for last for 22 was 34,468. It looks like interest income was 5,833.
How much do the charges for
Do you
that?
want the financial statement for me to look at?
Yeah, we can do that.
I mean, if you want me to look at it.
I think we could do 100,000.
In the meantime, do we need to approve the treasurer's report?
Yes, we do.
I'll make a motion that we approve the treasurer's report.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Approve the treasurer's report. And then she's gonna take a peek at that, so.
Did you get it? I sent it to you on text.
Okay, hang on for a minute. I gotta put you on speaker again. Give me a minute.
We'll give her a couple of minutes, you guys. Does anyone have anything else that we need to bring up?
Okay.
There she goes.
So on here again through last year, you guys can hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay. So your gross funds on your WOW. On the golf is up above. Also the
We need the net.
gross funds on the dueling pianos are up above, and then if you want the associated expenses, you'll find them below. But your question is more guided towards, you want to know what the investment income is?
Correct, yeah. The $72,733 for the WOW seems accurate. That's not in question. It was just how much we made in interest and in dividends in case we wanted to tack on a little extra money to the total donated back.
Okay, well, it's, if you take $47,090.56 and subtract 24,564.03. I think the net is 22,526.53. That is correct. Total net other income. It's, so the net is 22,526.53. That's after brokerage fees and everything.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
Does that answer your question?
I think so. Any more questions?
The 72 is net on WOW. That's what she said, yeah.
722,
We're a
733.
little short, but we could probably.
Yeah. Not by much.
Yep, I agree.
That's a good question.
How much we're gonna present to the hospital board, and we were talking about $100,000. Normally, it's the net from our events that we hold during the year, and then the net profit on our dividends and our interest minus the fees on our investments.
With that, and the investments net is the 22, and then whatever is designated in the current year on the equity section, those two added together should be your number.
Yeah, right,
That's
Right.
95,359.
Yep,
right.
So we can round it up to 100.
yeah.
I'll move to round it up to 100 and don't give the 100 to the hospital.
Need a second.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
On. All right. $100,000 it
Do you
is.
have an eye from you, Marty? Okay,
Yes.
perfect. Make sure we have a quorum here.
We wanted your buy-in.
Yeah. Well, that's good news.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is.
Thank you, Marty.
thanks, Marty.
Thank you.
Okay, go right.
Sorry, you guys, I know I'm a terrible attendee, sorry.
Okay, well, we're gonna count this
Yeah.
for your recorder though.
We'll count it. We'll count it. Go ride your Vespa. Yeah.
And you guys sent through the Lincoln Deli too.
Oh, nice.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay, that's good. All right, that covers everything on there unless anyone has something else. We'll do a little round table. Anyone? Okay, well, then. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's related with the hospital updates. So like Chris article, I'm gonna say it that way. I've had a lot of staff reach out to me, which is over your staff too. Do you know what outpatient services the hospital is? So I'm trying to build questions as best I can. In that article, it said the hospitals, those in outpatient services.
Oh, in the reporter article?
Yeah. And I didn't know how to answer that, but there were a lot of staff and community members asked.
I don't know if it's that they're closing. I think that we're looking at all service lines right now and trying to be as diligent as we can with, you know, what the needs of the community are versus what the impact to the budget would be. But there's no decision right now that I know of that, yeah.
My team was personally, can't think of the ones in our team, we're like, I don't have a lot.
We're doing interviews today for Arden.
Fantastic. Keep it going.
I
They're
thought
really- I looked at that. We're there, we were
Yeah.
like, we partnered with them on patients that need it.
Yeah, the wound center is one of our, most successful.
I'm just saying what my staff panicked about it.
Sure.
Sure.
That's good. Good to know.
If we hear of any, I'll let you know.
Yeah,
Tell me
I
how
just,
to
I would like to put their mind at ease if it's like, it was a little, I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't have any disconnected with the reporter here, but it was a little salacious in my mind. So I was trying to like calm things down as best as we could.
Well, I mean, it is a dire situation. There, as Dennis mentioned, we're fortunately in a little bit better of a position than a lot of other hospitals in California, but I will say, times are very tough. Times are very tough right now. And we are having to look at a lot of things that we normally would not want to have to look at, but we're also in a lot better position than many other hospitals at this time.
By the way, the board added to our legislative platform, we've been fighting for Medi-Cal reimbursement adjustment. Because that's the structural issue.
I mean, that's what everybody's struggling with.
Yeah. Yeah, and so when we just had our visit just last week. Yeah, we met with every single one of our local delegation and told them that very emphatically, gave them some lead bonds. That they need to fix that. Yeah, Senator Grove was the most, she really trying hard. to get something done.
I think that most recently, I think at the 5 months ago, hospitals were concerned and speaking out, and I think that it really has the attention of a lot of people that want to do the right thing and actually have some authority and ability to make things happen, or at least have people hear more about the concerns for the state of healthcare for California.
Many of our area nursing homes are very worried with the change of since January like there's no regular Medi-Cal anymore. We've now made it all into managed, and this county is like automatically you didn't choose which to be across. Next year, this county will be HealthNet managed. Is the hospital feeling like a lot of our nursing homes are really struggling with that? So they're not being reimbursed timely, and yet they're about 80% of their patients.
I can't speak to that. I don't know
They're just all.
the detail of the financial.
Yeah.
That unfortunately is not my my forte. I'm just curious.
Yeah, it's gonna be a concern for everybody. We're all hearing it, because I mean, I'm sure everybody here, I hear about all the different hospitals and the struggles that everybody's having, so. You're right, it's good questions.
Schools are having trouble too.
Okay, anybody else? Anything?